You look in the mirror one ordinary morning, run your fingers through your hair, and suddenly pause when you notice several loose strands tangled between your fingertips. At first, you ignore it. Everybody sheds hair. Everybody loses a few strands in the shower. But deep down, a quiet fear begins forming in the back of your mind. What if this is not normal? What if your body is trying to warn you that something is wrong beneath the surface? Most people think hair loss only comes from genetics or aging. They blame bad luck, hormones, or cheap shampoo. But modern research reveals something much darker. Your mind and your hair are deeply connected, and the stress you carry every day may silently affect your scalp on a biological level. Anxiety does not just exist inside your thoughts. It changes your hormones, disrupts your sleep, affects blood flow, increases inflammation, and forces your body into a constant state of survival. Over time, that pressure can begin showing itself physically, and one of the first places many people notice it is in their hair. The terrifying part is that most people never connect the two until the shedding becomes impossible to ignore. It usually starts subtly: more strands on your pillow, more hair circling the shower drain, a slightly thinner ponytail, a wider part under bright bathroom lighting. You tell yourself you are imagining things, but then weeks pass, maybe months, and one day you notice your scalp showing through in places it never did before. Panic instantly takes over. You start checking your hairline every morning. You compare old photos. You search symptoms online late at night. Every strand suddenly feels catastrophic. But what most people never realize is that the panic itself may be making the problem worse. Because anxiety is not just emotional. Anxiety is physical. Every stressful thought triggers a chain reaction throughout your entire body. Thousands of years ago, this stress response helped humans survive real danger. Your brain evolved to protect you from predators and life-threatening situations, not endless overthinking about bills, deadlines, relationships, and the future. But your nervous system cannot tell the difference between physical danger and psychological stress. To your body, stress is stress. And one of the systems that suffers most under chronic stress is your hair growth cycle. Beneath your scalp, every hair follicle operates within a delicate rhythm. Healthy follicles spend years growing thick, strong strands before naturally shedding and renewing themselves. But chronic stress disrupts that cycle. Whenever you experience anxiety, your adrenal glands release stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. In small amounts, these hormones are useful. They increase alertness and help your body react during emergencies. But when stress becomes constant, cortisol stays elevated for long periods of time, and that begins interfering with systems that are not essential for immediate survival, including sleep, digestion, immune balance, skin repair, and hair growth. Your body essentially decides that growing healthy hair is no longer a priority while it believes you are trapped in danger. Researchers have found that prolonged stress can push large numbers of hair follicles out of the active growth phase and into a resting phase much earlier than normal. This condition is commonly linked to stress-related shedding and often appears several months after the stressful period begins. That delay is what confuses so many people. Someone may go through heartbreak, emotional burnout, grief, financial pressure, or non-stop anxiety and only notice major hair shedding months later. By then, they no longer connect the emotional stress with the physical symptoms appearing on their scalp. But cortisol is only one part of the problem. Chronic stress also affects inflammation and immune system balance throughout the body. Under healthy conditions, your immune system carefully protects you from harmful threats while leaving your own healthy tissues alone. But long-term psychological stress may disrupt this balance. Scientists studying the connection between the brain and immune system have discovered that chronic stress may contribute to inflammatory reactions affecting the skin and hair follicles. In some people, severe emotional stress has even been linked to the worsening of autoimmune-related hair conditions like alopecia areata, where the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy hair follicles. Imagine how tragic that really is. the body becomes so overwhelmed that it begins working against itself. Anxiety also changes the way you breathe, sleep, and physically carry tension throughout your body. Think about what happens when you are stressed. Your jaw tightens, your shoulders rise, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid, your muscles stay tense for hours, blood vessels constrict as your nervous system prepares for danger. Over time, this constant state of tension may reduce healthy circulation to areas like the scalp, limiting efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients that hair follicles rely on to function properly. Hair follicles are highly active structures. They require blood flow, nutrients, hormonal balance, and recovery to maintain healthy growth. But when your body is stuck in survival mode for too long, those restorative processes begin to suffer. Poor sleep caused by anxiety makes the situation even worse. During deep sleep, the body repairs tissues, regulates hormones, balances inflammation, and restores the nervous system. But anxious people often experience racing thoughts, interrupted sleep, or chronic exhaustion that prevents full recovery. As sleep quality declines, stress hormones remain elevated longer time, recovery slows, and the cycle becomes even more damaging. Then comes one of the most dangerous stages of all. The moment people notice hair thinning, many become obsessed with every strand that falls. They constantly check mirrors, they avoid bright lighting, they compare themselves to old photographs. Every shower becomes emotionally stressful. And because the human brain naturally focuses on perceived threats, the fear slowly consumes more mental energy every day. Ironically, this creates even more stress, which may worsen the conditions contributing to shedding in the first place. The person becomes trapped inside a vicious cycle where stress contributes to hair problems and hair problems create even more stress. Over time, this can deeply affect confidence, identity, and emotional well-being. Hair carries powerful psychological meaning for many people. It's connected to youth, attractiveness, health, and self-expression. Losing it can feel deeply personal, almost like watching part of yourself slowly disappear. But there's something important most people fail to realize. Your body is not your enemy. In many cases, your hair may simply be reflecting the invisible burden your nervous system has been carrying for too long. The exhaustion you ignored, the anxiety you buried, the pressure you convinced yourself you could handle. Modern life places the human nervous system under constant pressure. Endless notifications, endless comparison, endless stress. Many people can't even remember the last time they felt truly calm without some level of background anxiety lingering in their mind. And the body keeps track of all of it. Chronic stress rarely destroys people all at once. Instead, it slowly wears them down in silence. It changes sleep before it changes health. It changes posture before it changes mood. And sometimes it changes hair before a person fully realizes how overwhelmed they truly are.